Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Public Services. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Kinlock,
We have it here too.
Commissioner Hattis,
Present.
Commissioner Baydun,
Here.
Commissioner Palomero,
Here.
Chair Mareki,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approval of the September 12th, 2023 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, we have an approval of the minutes. Do I have support? Okay, any changes, comments? Okay, all those in, well, vote. You can all vote, I think.
Motion carried.
Okay, next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Next item.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the August 2023 report of all complaint calls made to 1888 road crew.
Okay, and we're going to take all these items and do a motion at the end. Any questions on the road crew report of August? Okay, next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation for the removal and replacement of the structure 1239 with 33-inch by 48-inch pre-stressed concrete box beams, which carry Southfield Road over Ecorse Creek in the cities of Ecorse and Lincoln Park.
Okay, this is Act 51 monies with MDOT, over $6 million for the removal and replacement of the bridge. Questions on this? Okay, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation for hot mix asphalt cold milling concrete base course and hot mix asphalt resurfacing along Oakwood Boulevard from approximately 600 feet west of B Street southeasterly to approximately 850 feet west of Rotunda Drive in the city of Dearborn.
Okay, is there someone here for this item? I understand that you'd like it removed from the agenda. Just, yeah. Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. Alan Cole, I'm the Assistant Division Director of Engineering. And we are requesting for this item to be removed.
Okay,
Because we right at this point, we don't have the final agreement between Ford and Wayne County. So that's the reason why we're asking for this price for this item or MDOT contract to be withdrawn.
okay.
I have a
Commissioner
question.
Baydun?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is Ford Motor Company supposed to pay part of this total project cost?
Basically, the agreement, MDOT is going to pay a portion of it, and most of the remaining fund will be paid by Ford. And where Wayne County's responsibility is to pay for the CE, which is construction engineering services.
I see.
Okay, this has gone back and forth, right? I mean,
Yes, madam.
When do you expect to bring it back?
We're trying to finalize this as soon as we can, but again, it's the discussion between Ford and Wayne County. We don't have the final date when we're going to have we're going to accomplish this agreement.
They probably have their hands full right now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates to assist the county during the construction of the Merriman Road Bridge replacement over Thorford Channel in Grosse Ile Township.
Okay, this is, there's no change in the monies with this. Questions? All right, next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Harper Woods for improvements to Danbury, Salter, and Johnston Parks.
All right, this is for the millage monies for the city of Harper Woods. Questions? Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Westland for improvements to Voss Park.
Okay, this is also park millage money. Questions? Next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of a 3-year firm fixed contract with the 1-year option to renew with Wolverine Oil and Supply Company to provide automotive oil, lubricants, and fluids on an as-needed basis for the Department of Public Services Equipment Division.
Okay, questions on this one? Pretty self-explaining. Next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with the Detroit Salt Company to purchase 67,600 tons of road salt on an on-demand basis.
Okay, anyone here on this particular item?
Yes, question last year about
It's probably the same question. Good morning.
Good morning, Angelia Miller, Director Equipment.
Hi,
Hi.
you want to just tell us about this?
Yes, this year we're ordering 67,000 tons, 600 for our salt distribution for the roads maintenance team. Last year, we did about 100,000. So we were at a surplus. So at this point in time, after reevaluating the snowstorms, what we experienced, we decided to decrease the amount that we're going to order. Contractually, we're obligated to fulfill 80% of this. So as long as we get about 44,000 tons of salt to the barnyards, to the roads maintenance yards, we're within our agreement.
Okay, so we did have a surplus last,
We did have a surplus, however, they were all delivered out to the yard, so we're good. We met the contractual obligation.
and we just use one company for this, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, any questions on this? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Detroit for improvements to Kelly, Eliza Howell, Harstein, Chandler, 3 Mile, Noonish, and Boyd Parks.
Okay, these are all park millage monies from the commissioners in the Detroit areas. Questions on this? Next item.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with Professional Engineering Associates to develop and provide construction drawings and plans for the improvements to the Holiday Nature Preserve.
Is Director Bradford here? Oh, there she is. I knew you'd be here. I just couldn't see you. You want to just tell us about this briefly?
Good morning, Alicia Bradford, DPS Parks Division Director. Madam Chair, this is the project management team that will be developing the construction drawings and estimated costs for the improvements to 2 phases of the Holiday Nature Preserve, the Cowan section and the Kopernik section of the Holiday Nature Preserve. We have another section, the Newburgh, which will be done in another phase. This is all part of the ARPA funding that we received in order to do some improvements in the Holiday Nature Preserve. And we've allocated $4.5 million of that from our total 10 million to this particular project. So again, PEA will be providing those construction drawings, those estimates, and then overseeing some aspect of the project development within those sections of Holiday Nature Preserve.
Okay, so what will the commission see? Will we see any of the drawings? Or I'm sure we're gonna approve the monies as they go forward, but will we see the work of this group at all?
Madam Chair, so our intent is to have a meeting at Wayne County Parks, including the Holiday Nature Preserve Association, Mr. Craig, who's the president, and also invite those commissioners that have had interest, yourself included, Commissioner Dobb and Commissioner Anderson. And when we have the iterations of the design concept of both of those sections of the park, we will have that review. We've had past discussion and information from the Holiday Nature Preserve Association just about their thoughts within that. We've taken that into account, but we've also looked at what we can do to provide the trail connection, the accessibility for all people to be able to use the nature preserve. So we're very sensitive to the nature preserve, but we're also sensitive to also making it basically world-class or up to par that we can engage everyone to be able to enjoy that trail system.
Okay,
But we will
great.
have a meeting of discussion so we can review the conceptual designs and of course then through for approval.
Okay, sounds good. We'll look forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure Commissioner Dobb and Anderson will be attending that as well if they can. All right, any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item.
Moving to the addenda.
Yeah,
Item 11.
sorry.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of a 2-year construction services contract with a 1-year option to renew with Dance Excavating for bridge replacement at 5 Mile Road over the Upper Rouge River in the city of Detroit.
I have a quick question on this. Good morning again.
Alan Cole, the Assistant Division Director of Engineering.
Thank you. So this bridge is pretty costly. Are they taking down the whole bridge with this?
Yes, ma'am. This
That's
total-
why it costs so much?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because they're usually what, about 3 million?
Around 4.
4, okay, but they're taking it actually down. So that will be closed in that area
Temporarily, it will be closed
temporarily. What is temporarily?
during construction. So-
Yeah. What does that mean? Just in case the commissioner asks me.
So basically, the project will start, is tentatively scheduled December, end of, like December, winter of 2023, or early January of 2024. And it's going to be constructed or completed by fall of 2024.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Because I'm sure there'll be questions on that. Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 12, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 5 to a 3-year lease agreement with 4 1-year options to renew with Jefferson Land to rent 102,152 square feet at the Vigliotti Building for document storage space for the clerk's and prosecutor's office.
Okay, I think we all know about this, but can someone come up here and tell us about the retroactive part of this? Good morning.
Good morning. Gregory Hurst, Director of Facilities Management and Planning.
So why is it retroactive?
So I think this one is a little bit more unique than some of the others. This is more due to staffing changes within the department. So when I came in to manage the new department, facilities management, and then now planning, which encompasses the real estate, this was one of the pieces that I picked up that needed to be moved forward because there was the lack of the real estate department being managed at that time.
Okay.
So
All right.
now we, at minimum, you've gotten me as a director to pick up the slack on that
Okay,
and move forward leases.
okay. And we've leased this for several years,
Correct.
right? And it looks like the county pays about 33,000 a month
That's correct.
to have the storage. This is for the clerk and the prosecutor's offices.
It is. And so a lot of your materials from the closing facilities that are going to the CJC, those items have been moved to this building. And then, of course, all the items that have been there historically. So this is the second to last of the amendments for the current lease agreement.
Okay, but these documents are they're not going to go to the CJC ever, right?
No, it's not the plan for these to be at the CJC. This is where everything has been compilated from those closing buildings so that they will actually remain here as the clerk is doing due diligence on, purging if they can. And then also, I believe there is they're looking to digitize a lot of the files, but currently there is the need for the space at this time. So we're continuing the lease at this point.
Sure. It's going to take a while to digitize all that. Did you have a question, Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, we've been hearing a lot about these documents as well as the whole scanning of these various documents from the clerk as well as the prosecutor's office. Has there been a calendar or a schedule on how you will phase the actual scanning of all of these documents? So is there a timeline, whether it's fixed or, just a draft or anything?
That's a great question. I do not have a timeline for the clerks, for them to purge and or digitize the files. I know as far as I'm concerned, or my understanding is on the county side, we have to make sure that, our obligations, they have a place to store, but it's definitely worth following up to see if there is a timeline so we can see if there's a way to either decrease the amount of square footage that we're utilizing and or kind of wean ourselves off of
Right.
the property. So that's something we can follow up on.
Okay,
afterwards.
that's where I was leading to. Then also I know that there's been conversations about a requirement, especially when you talk about the judicial requirement of having to actually keep the actual original files. So, would like an update as relates to any changes, because I know there is some conversation that relates to statutory changes. Yeah.
And that's something my department can definitely reach out to see, what those requirements are. I think the difficult side from the facilities component is knowing we don't know exactly what's there.
Correct.
And the, which ones are reaching that timeline and which ones are new. So we don't manage that portion. Our obligation is to provide the space, but that's something in collaboration efforts. We can, reach out and see if we can get some answers for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, then how about we take the next two items together?
Item 13, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the Michigan Department of Transportation and Consolidated Rail Corporation to construct a replacement structure which carries Miller Road northbound and southbound or the Conrail Road Railroad tracks. Item 14, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the Michigan Department of Transportation and Ford Motor Company to construct a grade separation which carries Miller Road over the Conrail and Ford Railroad tracks in the city of Dearborn.
Is there someone here that can just discuss this with us? This is basically to give MDOT a right of way into those areas. Good morning.
Good morning, commissioners. Andrew Kandrivas, Director of Wayne County Department of Public Services. Happy to be up on the 7th floor. It's the first time
Yes,
since COVID
yeah.
for me. So, yeah, very good.
Good morning, Nellie Lee, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
Hi. You
I'm
want to
gonna
tell
let
us about
Nellie
this?
talk about the contract itself because I have nothing but nice notes from her about what they do. So I'll let her speak to it and then I can just give you a little update on the projects themselves.
Okay,
Good morning.
morning.
Through the, there are 2 agreements up for your review and approval. One agreement is with County, MDOT, and Ford Motor Company. The second agreement is County, MDOT, and Conrail. The Miller Bridge Road is slated to be replaced with the railroad tracks that Ford and Conrail utilize. This agreement basically sets forth the responsibilities of the county, which is now delegated to MDOT. They will perform all the work and the funding is through MDOT as well. Ford and Conrail have agreed to allow MDOT and its contractors to come in, perform the work, and they understand that they would be collaborating with MDOT and its contractors and have a right of entry to perform this work. And I understand that business interruption for Ford and Conrail should be minimal.
So are they actually going to separate this, like a railroad separation type thing? Are they
No.
doing that there?
No, Madam Chair, really what you see right now is what you're going to get in terms of the new bridges, kind of really replacing in the same footprints of the old bridges. You're just going to have 100 less temporary supports underneath and, newer steel and concrete by about a century. So, no, it's not going to change. If you were just a casual observer, you wouldn't see any differences. And just as a reminder, so these bridges are Wayne County, jurisdiction bridges. There are roads. There's 2 bridges, the Rotunda Road and Miller Road. They're all up in the air over this whole area of railroads, right off I-94 there. And so the difficulty for us as an agency, of course, was to come up for, at the time we thought maybe $60 million which is a huge amount, which caused us to basically do no other work for a year or two, I think. And so MDOT stepped up, and MDOT and the legislature, the governor's office, everybody stepped up and took this project on, on their own dime, if you will, up to the first $60 million. Wayne County was asked, hey, anything over 60, you guys are going to have to come up with. And we're like, okay, I mean, we're still getting, quote unquote, free money, if you will. So we were expecting the bids to come at around 80 million. So we figure we'd be on the hook for about 20 million of our road fund dollars, which is still nothing to kill this project over. And then over the last several months now, MDOT has actually changed and said, you know what, we'll cover up to the 80 million on that. You put that money towards some other bridges perhaps. And so that's why right now, I thank you very much and thank you to your staffs for putting this on, this addendum. This is the last piece of this really big puzzle we have just to start getting shovels in the ground. And it was really important to get this done today. MDOT has put this out for letting as of October 6th. It will be put out so that contractors can start bidding on the work. For this to not get approved at this point, it would have to go to a later letting. And I'm going to be honest, we're looking at a federal government shutdown. I don't know necessarily if we would be impacted by that, but considering the federal monies were used through MDOT, I think none of us want to risk that. So thank you very much to your staffs for having this on today. It really is, we're a party to it, but the reality of it is MDOT is overseeing the whole project. It was a little bit, I think Ford is very happy to sign off to any of this because this is a huge thing for them. I think for the railroad themselves, I don't know if they're going to cry if there's not a Miller Road or a Rotunda Road for the railroads themselves. So it's been quite a process to just get everybody to the table. I apologize for the late timing on this. It's been something we've been working on for months and months. And it's taken some heavy calls to finally get this all in front of you. And as soon as you approve it this afternoon, it will go upstairs for signature, and then we will get this to MDOT. It'll be the final piece of the package that we need to provide, and everything should go well with this.
So, and thank you, staff, for getting this on. So MDOT is Ford's not putting any money in this.
No, there's no agreement.
MDOT's taking care of all of it at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great news. Questions?
And I just to clarify, I'm not sure that we're not spending anything in terms of services, but the actual project itself, the building of the bridge and such is MDOT.
Yeah.
MDOT.
Great. Commissioner, did you have something?
No, I will make a motion to move items 1 through 14
Thank you.
for full board for consideration. Oh, I'm sorry. You had a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
Commissioner Hedges. Commissioner, can you put your mic on over there?
I know building bridges, we been through those things with Wayne County. And they did an excellent job, especially on Walser Bridge. The question I'm asking, we have any special design, light, decorative for banner, for stuff like that in the budget? Or it's something we should ask the city if they want to participate to make things look like Huron did. They maintain the light, the city, and they provide the banner and the light. So I don't know where, because Miller Bridge, it's well-used bridge, and it connects part of Detroit to Dearborn and to other cities. So I don't know if that's something can discuss.
I will say this, that the city of Dearborn was at the table during the design phase of this. I mean, we can, I don't know if Alan wants to speak to any more to this, but the city of Dearborn was designed, there's concerns about the width of the sidewalks and such. And, I haven't looked, I can't tell you off the top of my head what that design looks like, but I know that everybody is on board with what the final product is.
So they have a sidewalk, then they're gonna have a light on it, definitely.
I don't even want to speak to whether there's lights on it. Alan, do you know if there's lights on this bridge plan? Alan Coast says, yes, there will be lights.
Okay.
Might not be
There
as
you go.
pretty as Waltz Road, because that's a really good looking bridge, but
Yes, well, I hope they will, it's worth it. Ford Motor Company and MDOT, and the city of Dearborn, they could afford that. Really to build something for the future, very good.
Yeah, some of those bridges are gorgeous.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between
Mhm.
do it right and cut corner, it's probably less than $500,000.
Mm.
And you're spending 80 million.
Mhm.
So I gotta show.
Drop in the bucket right here. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. All right, so we have an approval for the agenda by Commissioner Baydoun, and that is for receive and file on number 1 and withdrawing number
Yes.
3.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. We have support? Okay, support by Commissioner Hattis. And roll call? Does everybody have the option?
We can vote on the tablets.
Okay. I can't vote on mine. I need your password.
I'll just put yes for you.
Okay.
Motion carried.
All right, great. Okay, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've heard of none. Next item.
Public comments.
Okay, have we received any emails?
No emails were received.
Okay, how about on the Zoom or phone? If anyone's on the phone or on Zoom, please break in and you can address the Committee on Public Services for 2 minutes. You see anybody, any hands?
No hands.
Okay. All right, anyone from the audience that would like to address the committee? Okay, seeing no one coming forward, next item.
Adjournment.
Okay, all right, we have an approval and support to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. We are now adjourned. Thank you, everyone. See you in a bit.